What is going on? How you doing today? Jim Games Live here, and in today's video, I'm going to be continuing my journey with learning about the band Blackpink. Today, we're going to be reacting to Kill This Love, but I'm going to be listening to the live performance at Coachella from the year 2019, which I guess is pretty recent considering nothing happened in 2020, so this is, I guess, the best we can do. I got my first dose of Blackpink last week. I reacted to a song with my dog Beans last week, which is my first kind of introduction to K-pop in general. In fact, it was the first one I listened to. I listened to them, I listened to BTS, and then I listened to Dreamcatcher right after. And I think I'm going to continue with those three bands, at least for now, and try and get a better understanding of what K-pop is, about why it's so impactful and meaningful to people, and why it's everywhere, why it's taken over the world. You know, I'm kind of in an ignorant bubble, guys. I'm older. I haven't heard much K-pop besides those three songs. So I wanted to check out something live today. I wanted to see, how do they pull this stuff off live? Is it all backing tracks? What's the choreography like? What is the stage setup like? I mean, we know Coachella is usually a pretty massive production, so I'm assuming we're in for something pretty cool here today. But I wanted to see, can these artists pull this sort of thing off live? So hopefully we'll get a taste of that today. If you're new around here, please consider liking and subscribing. I do this sort of thing all the time, and it really helped me out, guys. I truly appreciate it. All right, so without further ado, let's switch screens and get this thing started. All right, Blackpink, Kill This Love, live, Coachella 2019. Let's see what they got. It almost starts off kind of creepy here. Cool. Cool. This is exactly what I was hoping for. I know we haven't heard anything, but just off of that one sci-fi sound and that pulsating type sound, I'm getting kind of this weird, eerie, kind of creepy vibe to it, which is interesting because, you look at these girls and they're like, these pretty little things. But what I really wanted to touch on, I'm going to see if I can find a frame here, it's not just them on stage. Let's see if I can get a good frame. There we go. Beautiful. All right, so what I thought was going to happen is we'd see basically these, there's, four girls here, and they basically just be dancing around on stage, and they'd be playing to backtracks. That's what I was kind of hoping wasn't going to happen. And we haven't heard any music yet. We don't know the sound, but we do have a whole live setup here. We got a full live drummer setup over here. Looks like he's got a DJ setup over here of some sorts with some bass work. And then we got a keyboard guy over here with a guitar or bass amp, or a guitar. Probably guitar. I think it's a guitar amp back there, and that might be bass over there. Anyway, what I'm getting at here is there are other live musicians on the stage, so we're not just gonna be listening to some backtracks. So let's just see how this sounds, because as we know, or as I know from K-pop and listening to it, it has a very electronic type sound to it. A lot of like hi-hat work done with changing frequencies and almost kind of a whimsical way, at least from the other songs I've heard. So I'm interested to see how they do this one live. Do they actually introduce any live cymbals into the set, or is it just going to be, things like toms, bass kick, and snare? As this song was picking up, we could hear almost a marching beat kind of going on, and that's what I noticed first. Was I could hear, I'm like, okay, that's a live instrument, and that's not a digital recording. So let's see if they incorporate more live instruments in this song. Interesting horn stabs. It's live guitar. I like it. I like how they're introducing layers of actual instruments mixed together with the backing tracks here. The backing tracks at the forefront, the fun little sounds that you're hearing, the cymbal kind of clap noises or the hi-hat cymbal things and the clap noises. It's mixing really well together with like that marching beat style of drum from the live drum set. They're also using a mixture of both electronic and organic bass here. I believe this is actually just guitar, but it looks like, it sounds like there's an actual real person playing bass here because there's a little bit more expression on it than you hear from a basic loop almost. But it's cool. They're introducing it and it's building up into something. Let's take us back here a little bit. And the choreography and the dancing around and everything, it's definitely fun as well. It doesn't sound like there's many backtracks in the vocals. There definitely could be. I'm going to be keeping my ear out to see if this is actually all done live or if it's done with backing tracks. I'll let you know at the end of the video. I'll have a better understanding. But it's definitely pretty cool so far how they're using all of these elements together to build this song. All right, I've rambled on enough. We've talked about the live and the organic and electronic sounds a little bit. Let's take this back and let's just enjoy this jam, and then we'll touch on all of everything at the end of this video. I get some flow. The claps and the natural drum. I love it. It's like an anthem almost. It's catchy. Sounds live. And you know, when I say that too, you know, I was really trying to pay attention. Like, are they actually singing right now, or is this backing tracks? What we're hearing right now is it's live, 100% for sure. Maybe at least just this part right here with that one performer singing there, and you can hear, because you can just hear the breath work on her. You can hear her actually out of breath. You can hear her gasping for air, and you can hear that little friction on that microphone itself. And obviously, you know, she's on stage. And she's moving around, so she's going to be a little out of breath, and the lights are very hot and all that nonsense. But it's good to see that there is actual vocals to this, at least at some parts. I'm not sure if the whole thing is that's done organically, and it's not a backing track. I'm not sure what's going on here. We're into some sort of breakdown bridge thing that's happening. It sounds like an anthem, this whole song almost. But then right now, it's like I'm not sure where this song is leading. Let's just keep going. Interesting. All right, let's take us back here. I got some thoughts on that. First off, I mean, cool little jam. It's just a cool little jam regardless. Let me take this back here. turn that down. Let's let it go. Yeah, it was good to see them perform something live because, you know, when you watch the music video or the studio performance of anything, it can all be covered up by studio magic. And even though, yes, there is a lot of backing tracks and electronic sounds and stuff, I could tell that some of these things are being played live. Things like live bass, occasional live guitar stabs, the way the drummer was introduced to this song and it just blended perfectly with the electronic hits, I thought was brilliant. I thought it was really cool because a lot of what's working for the beat on this isn't actually just the beat you're hearing. It's what's known as stabs. A stab is like when you hit a horn type stab, you hear like a little quonk, like that's a little stab type sound. They've got a ton of those ones, and you can program them to do anything. And a lot of people that work in MIDI format, they'll basically just write something out note for note, and then they'll just rearrange the sounds later. That's usually what I do. But this here was awesome because it was an introduction between the live drums and having that feel and that kind of crunch you want to hear and feel at a live performance without it just being, you know, backing tracks. Having that actual kick bass there, what that does is it actually shoots some air at your chest and makes you feel the music. Same thing with bass. Bass can work that way as well. So it's great to kind of hear the two of them working together and hearing both the stabs from the instruments. The hi-hat work here is really cool as well because it's very trendy nowadays. I hear it in what I think is known as trap music, where they play melodies in the hi-hat, and it just like they change or they bend or pitch the frequency up towards the middle, the end or something, and it kind of gives it this whimsical, almost airy type sound. Where the melody is almost coming from the hi-hat. That's become very popular over the past couple of years. And these girls are definitely doing that, but that's not really taking the whole show. It's not just all about that cymbal work, because they're also using those stabs in there as well. The vocal performance on this, it sounds really, really good. It sounds like it's live for the most part. At the end, sorry to say, 100% some of that was backing track. And you can just tell just because they were dancing, they didn't have the microphone up by their mouth. A couple other parts, it was kind of hard for me to tell. It sounded real, but it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell, especially when you have so many things in this mix between backing tracks and organic sounds. It can be really difficult to figure out what's real and what's not real here. Bass was awesome too. They showed some expression off of that by, you know, having it be a little less loopy, as I like to call it in feelings. Sometimes when you have electronic basses, it just sounds like it's a loop going over and over. With a live bass, you can have kind of run-ons. You can do that with electronic instruments as well. It's just more noticeable that it's loopy with the electronic sounds. But yeah, awesome beat. The girls look awesome. I mean, they're obviously incredibly cute. That's for dang sure. I mean, they're very attractive girls, and they're just killing it out here. They look super fierce, and it's cool because I like seeing these like groups of musicians coming together. Like we don't get a whole lot of that in America anymore. We don't get like the whole boy band or girl band thing anymore. It's usually just one artist. I like that there's a coalition of them together creating this thing. It's pretty cool. You see that in a lot of like I guess K-pop work, but as I'm finding out, I don't know what else to say about this. I thought I'm enjoying it more than I thought I was going to enjoy it. I'll say that. And I want to continue. I want to continue to learn about it and figure out like what is the giant appeal to this. I mean, I can understand it from a musician standpoint, from a layering standpoint, from like a sound designer standpoint. There's a lot of really cool things to dissect. But it seems to be like that there's more to it with these music. Like possibly the lyrics might be hitting home for some people. And I haven't quite heard anything or paid attention to too much what's happening lyrically, because the first song I heard was How You Like That, and now the song is called Kill This Love, and it seems very anthem-esque. It seems like they're kind of just like pushing a rah-rah-rah type message, but I could be wrong because I don't know the fan base and I don't know much about the artist. But yeah, okay, that is my first reaction to Blackpink Kill This Love live at Coachella. If you enjoyed your time with me today, please consider liking and subscribing. It would help me out a ton, and it'd be great to have you here. If you have any information for me, please drop it down in the comments. Let me know, because that's how I choose my next video, is basically whatever the comments are saying. And if a lot of people say, hey, this song is beautiful or whatever, however I'm feeling that week, I'll pick that song. Also, I have a Discord link down there as well. Discord is where we all meet up together and we chat and we discuss other upcoming projects and whatnot. And then we also have a live reaction show going on Twitch all the time. It happens every Wednesday and periodically throughout the week. So if you have any music you want to float me, Twitch is the best way to do it. But guys, I hope you have yourself a fantastic night. I'm going to catch you out in the next video. Bye, everybody.